92.5. Second date update.
We got an email from a woman who wants a second date update. And I really like these ones.
Okay.
Because we don't get them a lot. Maybe once or twice a year it'll happen. Wow. Where someone with a long-lost love who went on a date over a decade ago.
I do love these ones too.
Now they're coming to us hoping to reconnect with that person.
Me too.
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm bringing this up in front of you, Jose. I know you had a lot of one-and-dones from a decade ago. So it's a little traumatic.
I do. Well, there's only one. Miss her.
Still haven't forgot about it.
I forgot about her.
It's good that you get over things.
It's funny, actually. I was complaining recently, and Brooke's like, you remember when we first met? You were upset about some other girl? I'm like, yeah, I do pout about these loves.
Yeah.
So I want to get these two together, Jeff.
Yeah, so you will understand where this woman's coming from. Let's meet her. Her name's Fiona. Hey, Fiona.
Hey, hi.
Oh my goodness.
Fiona.
So wait, how long ago was your date?
About 15 years ago.
Whoa, dang girl, you don't even sound old enough for that.
I know. How old were you? Like 6 years old?
No, you just caught me on a good day, I guess.
Oh.
Oh, good voice.
All right. So what's this guy's name?
Charlie.
Oh, look at how you even
wow.
said it.
Charlie and Fiona.
So where did you meet originally?
We met in college.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
okay.
Yeah.
Co-eds together,
A lot of
striking out on your own.
a lot of weird stuff happens in college.
Yeah, that's not the romantic
Yeah.
setting I was thinking.
But,
Okay, you're thinking in the back of a frat house somewhere.
Yeah, now it kind of changed.
But I don't know, maybe your story is a little bit more romantic than Brooke and my experiences in college. What,
Hey, I went to community college for a semester.
apologies, Jose.
Thank
So
you.
Fiona, tell us a little bit more. What happened?
So basically, we went on a date. And yeah, it was just really great. It was dinner and then a comedy show. And he was this kind of sort of rugged guy. He's got this great deep voice, but he also just is such a gentleman at the same time. And, you know, he opened doors for me and he was just so considerate and charming. And we just had a great time together.
And did you guys know each other very well before this comedy show date?
No, not very well. I'd seen him around, but a friend basically set us up together.
Okay.
I mean, this is another student that you're talking about. It's not one of your professors.
I didn't think of that.
I mean, you're telling me he can pay for his own dinners and he's a gentleman? Like, what type of college guy is this?
He was not a professor. He was another student.
Okay.
All right. You just never know with this show.
Yeah.
We get all
It's
sorts
true.
coming on here, so
True.
it's good to know.
I was thinking the whole time, I'm like, I don't even know if I went on an actual date in college.
Yeah.
Maybe a top ramen.
I think we just got drunk and ate pizza a lot.
Right? That wasn't.
Oh, Brooke, I'm tearing up.
So, okay.
So, you know, we kissed at the end of the date, and it was great, and he dropped me off at my dorm. And then somehow there wasn't a whole lot after that. And I did hear, and I did not get any details, so I don't know really what the cause was, but I did hear that he had actually gotten kicked out.
Kicked out of school.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
I don't know why. I never heard any details, and I didn't want to, be asking around too much, about it. So
Can I ask you, Fiona? I mean, it sounds like a lovely date, but it doesn't sound like something that you would pine after for 15 years about.
I don't know. It sounds pretty romantic to me. I mean, this guy is a college dropout. What a bad boy.
I mean, why are you still thinking about this guy?
So here's the thing. I haven't been pining. So it's not so much that, but he popped up recently on Facebook.
Okay.
Totally. That
Alright.
happens, yeah.
So that kind of reminded me of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it looks, from what I can see, that he's single, and it looks like he's moved back into the area. And so I just was thinking, because I'm kind of shy, I kind of was hoping maybe you guys could sort of kind of reach out to him, see if he remembers.
Oh, that's smart, actually. I like that. No, think about it. That way she doesn't look creepy, like she's been holding on to it.
I don't know if for the dudes, okay, you two, would you be freaked out if someone came to you and said, hey, 15 years ago, we went on one date. Let's go out again.
I'd be like, finally, someone thinks I'm good in bed.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, Brooke, we're men. That's a stupid question.
Yeah,
Of course we're interested.
Okay.
So you haven't tried to get in touch with him at all?
No.
So wait, how did you get his phone number then?
Well, my friend on Facebook knows him.
Oh.
So she has all of his info, and I don't know, I just thought maybe it could be romantic, so many years later, maybe see each other again. And I mean, I don't know what would come of it, but,
You really want that big love story, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Or,
That's okay. That's okay.
maybe at a minimum we can get a 2-story beer bong out of this. So why don't
Maybe a cake stand?
Yeah, I mean, we'll take our wins where we can get them. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Charlie for you, and we'll try and get you a second date update. All right, Fiona?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, hold on. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're talking to a woman named Fiona who's hoping to get back in touch with a long-lost love from her college days. Yeah, 15 years ago. And I got to say, Fiona, I'm very impressed.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. I mean, not by the date, just by the fact that you remember your college days. That's not an easy feat.
A lot of people don't.
No. I mean, I think I pretty much remember my parents dropping me off at my freshman dorm. Then I joined a frat. Next thing I know, 4 years have passed, and I'm regaining consciousness in a stadium full of people with my cap and gown on. So
I feel that so much,
Yeah.
Jeffrey, I really do.
But
Now you're here.
here I am. Fiona had a different collegiate experience, and she met a guy named Charlie. They had a very nice, very romantic dinner date. But before they could continue their relationship any further than that, Charlie suddenly left school.
Oh,
And it's not clear if he was kicked out or if he just dropped out voluntarily. But Fiona's hoping 15 years later that we can call him and finally get some answers and maybe rekindle the romance. Is that all right, Fiona?
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm sorry, I was just enthralled.
You're enthralled.
By your own story.
Oh my God. I know. Here's the thing, Fiona. I think with this, you don't have anything to lose. Like, this guy isn't in your life. You never see him. Like, if he totally denies you, who cares?
Exactly. You see, that's so well said. I think that's exactly how I feel.
Okay, so if he doesn't remember your name, just don't feel bad, because I remember maybe one of my boyfriends from college's name.
Okay, I'll try to survive the shock.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to dial the phone number right now. Really want this to happen for you. But remember, keep your hopes low.
Yeah.
So dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Charlie, please?
Speaking, who's this?
Hi, Charlie. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a second to talk with us?
You're the who with the who?
I like how you asked that.
No, that was right.
Yep.
I am the who with the who. No, my name is Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Didn't call a radio station or anything. I'm not sure what.
No, we're doing something with you right now that we do on our show called a second date update. It's a segment where if you go out with someone and afterwards if they're not calling you back, you can email us and we'll reach out to that person for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Oh, okay. Again, I didn't call you guys, so I didn't go on any dates or anything. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, this one's a little weird.
Yeah. I mean, you did go on a date with a woman a little while ago.
A long while ago.
Yeah. You might not remember because the date happened about 15 years ago.
Yeah, you're going to have to be a little more specific, I guess. That's a long time.
She told us that you guys had a really nice dinner together, and her name, maybe this will ring a bell, her name's Fiona.
That is a name that I haven't thought about Fiona in a very, very long time.
Oh, okay.
And
So
it's-
Oh, no.
you remember.
You do remember?
Yeah, that's it's not a very common name, so yeah, I only really had one Fiona interaction.
You haven't thought about
Wait.
her at all?
Well, listen. She wasn't like thinking about you for the last 15 years either. I don't want you to freak out or anything. She just saw your picture on Facebook. Like, it was like, people you may know suggestions.
Okay, it's a little less stalkery. Okay.
Yeah.
And so she told us about that date 15 years ago, and then she said you either left college or you got kicked out. She wasn't sure and didn't know the reason why.
There were some rumors, though, it sounds like.
Well, yeah. But you don't have to tell us if you don't want to.
Man, this is bananas. I mean, only a couple of my close friends actually know what really went down, like the skinny of it all. But
Oh, dang.
Can we be
It's like
included
that.
in your group of close friends?
long story short, I'll try to do long story short. So
Okay.
I knew that Fiona and I shared a same class. Like, we weren't in the same time slot, but we had the same professor.
Okay, yeah, right.
Mhm.
But my grand plan was to scoop up Fiona right after class, and then we go out to dinner, go see a show.
Okay.
And while that was happening, I was going to go over to my car because, like I said, I picked her up from school, so her book bag would have been there. I could have copied her notes or tried to, use her work to pass off as my own because of a big essay that we needed to have done.
So you asked Fiona out to take her on a date so you could steal her homework and plagiarize her stuff?
Well, you change it enough so it's not plagiarizing, but I did not have enough time to do that because Fiona was very engaging. She's very smart, very funny. I didn't have time to go run to my car and copy her notes.
Oh, I'm glad your morals didn't kick in or anything. It was just a time issue.
Yeah, like, I had time to run to my car, but what I did when I ran to my car was just grab her notes, and then I took them to class while I was trying to furiously come up with something to turn in, and I was caught with someone else's basically work, and in order to make all that go away, I made sure that she had no idea. No, I didn't throw her under the bus at all. So it was quietly made. That's why I said I was asked not to return. It was kind of just, you're done, son.
Yeah, get out of here.
And you never wanted to tell her what happened?
I mean, it's, would you? I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell her.
What is it? Not her fault.
Oh
but I
my
mean,
God.
She's
It
probably
is.
wondering, like, where did that homework that I did go? I had to do it all over again.
I made it clear that she had nothing to do with it.
That's good.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Prince Charming.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Man.
is a good thing.
Yeah. Is this a bad time to let you know that she's been listening on the phone this entire time and wants to talk to you?
Why would you do that?
Because that's how this segment works, Fiona.
Yeah, guess who's sneaky now?
Yeah.
Fiona, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you laughing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you mad? Is this funny?
I don't know.
I don't know
fair.
either.
Still processing.
That's fair. Are things starting to make sense about why he left school? I mean,
Well, yeah, it all adds up. It's just like I'm listening to somebody else's life. I mean, what you're saying, is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I am genuinely sorry if there's been any sort of confusion or whatever in the last 15 years or since that happened that you've thought about it. So that's the truth.
So, Charlie, I mean, it's nice to hear that you feel bad about what you did, but how did you feel about Fiona? Did you have any, romantic feelings towards her?
Oh, like I said, I couldn't go copy your homework because I was having such a good time on the date. So you hoodwinked me.
you hoodwinked me. I mean, he's complimenting you in some way because you were so brilliant in school. But in the other way, that's kind of messed up that he didn't ask you out because he liked you.
Yeah, that sucks. But on the other hand, I know that we both had a really good time on the date. So
Yeah.
And how does it feel to hear his deep masculine voice again 15 years later?
yeah, it definitely sounds very similar, and I did really like his voice. Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
I'm not getting a
Charlie.
sense of a lot of feelings from her. She's just like,
Yeah.
I do see his voice, and it is his, and I like it, and there's the voice.
I can confirm there was homework.
Yes. So, I never
Well, now
asked.
you see why I got those good grades.
Yeah.
She's right.
Yeah, you were like a science major. Or something.
Charlie, I still haven't asked this yet. Are you currently single or in a relationship? What's your status?
I mean, unless you count my dog, I don't have...
I hope you don't count your dog as a relationship. Please.
What kind of show do you think we are?
Oh my
We don't
God,
count that.
dude.
Things just got worse. So you're single and you're looking, Charlie.
As long as, don't bring a backpack, don't bring any homework, don't bring any notes. I don't know if I can hold myself back. But no, at the very least, if they want to give you my number or numbers or switch or...
All right. Well, hold on there, Charlie. I've got something to say. Normally, we ask the person that we call first, but instead, I think we need to ask Fiona. Fiona, are you still interested in going out on another date with Charlie?
I like that.
You know, here's the thing. Hearing his voice and talking about all of this definitely takes me back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think that that's sort of the basis of how the whole thing started and why is really going to be a good idea for me for...
What?
No.
I thought for sure you were going to say yes,
I
Fiona.
know.
This sounded
He
great.
sounded sorry. I mean, he's apologetic. It sounds like he's grown as a person.
Bottom line, he's like a flippin' cheater, so...
Okay.
Well,
All right.
I mean, I don't want to burst your bubble, but I feel like a lot of people in college were cheaters. I hope my college isn't listening,
Are you
but
admitting this?
What?
Jeff?
You cheated too? I never cheated.
you didn't?
I never cheated.
Oh, come on,
I
Brooke.
swear on my life. I was the person that people cheated off of, Jeffrey.
Oh, goody two-shoes
Yeah.
over there. I'm sure you were. Okay, well, Charlie, it sounds like she's not even interested in a second date, so I'm not going to ask you.
Fiona, I am very sorry you don't want to at least FaceTime or anything like that. I get it. But I guess think back to a date you had 12 years ago and check on that guy. I'm not sure.
Moving 92.5.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Not a lot of people know this about me, but if I go out on a date with somebody and it's a good date, I will wait an hour or so after, and then I will call them to thank them for the date, and I had a good time and everything else.
Hold on. You'll actually call?
I actually call the number.
You don't
Yeah.
text?
No, I call to say thank you.
I didn't even know you knew how to do that.
Standard thing. Well, I don't really talk to them. I just call, and then I block the number, and when they answer, I just go,
Okay.
and if she knows it's me calling to say thank you in the special way that I do,
Yeah.
then we'll go out again because we obviously click. If she doesn't know it's me, no big deal. I'm sure I'll see her again at some point, so
So weird.
not worried about it. But Bruce, who is on the phone today and wants to do a second date update, is very confused why his date's not calling him back because apparently after they went out, he called her to say thank you. They had a good conversation, and now she's not calling him back at all. I'm curious, Bruce, do you do the call the same way I do?
Please say no.
No, man.
Try it next time. Women love heavy breathing in the phone.
Yeah, I'll definitely be sure to try that.
Okay, cool. First of all, tell us a little bit about how you met the girl that you want to call today.
Well, her name's Madison. We met online. You know, I've done it a few times. Have you guys tampered with the online dating?
Craigslist, yeah.
Craig, that's not online dating, Jubal.
Yeah, it's weird. Most of
That's
people
just-
want you to pay them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird, right? Usually you pay services.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I went through eHarmony.
Okay.
And now it's supposed
More
to be...
legit.
That's another pay site, too, much like Craigslist, you know?
Not really, but
No?
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, eHarmony, that's where most people look that I've researched on, I guess, to look for more serious kind of relationships.
Oh,
So
so
you-
you're looking for a serious thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of done with the whole bachelor lifestyle, I guess.
And is that something that you say right off the gate, like, I'm looking for something serious?
I tend to wait till I actually meet the person, you know, and we kind of fill each other out, you know, kind of where we stand with that. But I do tend to look for girls who fit that profile.
And did you think that Madison fit that profile?
I did, you know, I mean, I met a few girls online before. You know, they didn't really work out. You know, some people are just in it for the reasons I'm not into, which... you know,
Just cheap sex and fun, you know? Sounds terrible.
yeah.
So what was it about Madison that made her stand out?
She has a really, really fun personality. Even before meeting her, she just you can kind of see it from a distance. And then as she gets up closer, she's just beautiful.
Were you following
You know.
her around before you met her? Because that's what it sounds like.
No,
So off, Jubal.
no, like her profile pictures again. It was,
Oh.
I mean, they
Well, just
they
the
were
way you
nice.
said from a distance, I pictured you like looking through a window with binoculars, and you're like, and then once I brushed her arm when I walked past her in the coffee shop, then I noticed that she did have a fun personality.
No, I mean, how it was, everyone pretty much looks good in their profile pictures.
Okay, that's what
Right.
you meant. All right.
So yeah, then we met up at a bar. She was just beautiful. She didn't cake on makeup. You know how some girls, especially on first dates,
Yeah.
I swear like to go overboard.
Yeah.
And you're not sure which is their face or or how deep it goes.
How deep does that make
deep
up?
it goes.
I usually just reach across the table and try to scratch it off at that point just to see. Do you feel like you guys really clicked together?
Absolutely, yeah. Conversation was easy the entire time, and we both joked about the whole online thing, and how it's just kind of a crapshoot.
How did everything end with you guys?
The date lasted a few hours. When it was time to go, I just kind of asked her if I could call her to hang out again, or go out. And she gave me a really big smile and said, absolutely.
Wow.
So based on that, I decided to take it upon myself to lean in, and I kind of just gave her a little kiss. Nothing
Yeah.
too aggressive.
Not too aggressive.
And
Just grab the back of her head. Get over
It
here.
was, yeah. No, it seemed like it was right. It's kind of that lull silence, I guess, after a little bit of laughter, I guess. So it just, again, it seemed like almost like a movie.
she sounds like quite the catch.
Yeah.
I mean, she was. All the way home, I just couldn't stop thinking about the date. I kept replaying everything in my head. And so, as I pulled in my garage, I thought to call her, and I just thanked her again for the date and how amazing it was, and that I'd really like to go out again, and if she would like to as well. She reciprocated that and was really excited that I called, and we set plans for the next Friday.
Wow.
So that conversation went cool, but yet she's not getting back to you for a second date.
Yeah, man, that's why I'm so confused. Ever since we made that plan, I really haven't heard anything.
Do you think that she's getting like hit up left and right and maybe found a better option online?
That's kind of what I'm afraid of. But to really just not text or anything and just to drop with the night we did have, at least some closure would be nice.
Yeah, and especially if you guys already made plans, so you didn't set your Friday night aside, and then she just doesn't get back to you.
Exactly.
Interesting. All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Right on. Thanks, guys.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Bruce is on the phone with us. He's currently experiencing one of the most frustrating things in dating. He went out with a girl, they had a great date, seemed to click on every level. Even after the date, they made plans to go out on another date, like scheduled plans, and then she just stopped talking to him. And she wasn't a total dog face, which is nice too. She was attractive, so Bruce is trying to figure out why she's not calling him back. All right, Bruce, we're about to give her a call and find out. You ready?
Yeah, I am.
What's the best case scenario for you in this?
That she was really busy or she lost her phone.
Okay.
I'm praying she lost her phone.
Yeah. And she couldn't hop on the internet to contact you via Facebook or
Laptop broke.
eHarmony where you guys met. There's she dropped off the grid for a little while. Maybe she's homeless and we find that out.
Oh, thank
And there was
God.
no way to get a hold of you. That's the only thing that I can think could be good in this scenario.
All right.
All right. Prepare for the worst, I think is what they're saying.
Here we go, man. I'm going to dial the phone number right now.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Madison, please?
this is she.
Hello, Madison. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From where? I'm sorry.
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show?
You're looking for Madison?
Yes, I am. I'm calling you today because we recently got an email about you.
Okay.
It was from somebody that you went out on a date with. His name is Bruce,
Okay.
and Bruce told us a little bit about your date, and he's very curious why you just kind of stopped talking to him. So he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
Okay. It's kind of awkward.
It's kind of awkward.
Understandable.
Yeah, this is a very awkward thing, but Bruce really wants to know if he did something wrong on your date. He had nothing but nice things to say about you. But he also said that you made plans with him to go out, like the next Friday after you guys had your date, and then you just bailed.
I mean, that just kind of happened. I do apologize, and I feel bad.
Hey, Madison, have you ever had somebody do that to you where you're really kind of into them and you want to go out with them again, they just stop talking to you?
Yes.
It's pretty frustrating, right?
It is. It is. I do understand. It is very frustrating.
So then...
And I do apologize.
Okay, well, don't you think it'd be cool to, like, let Bruce know why you blew him off?
I guess I can explain to you. I just would feel like I would hurt his feelings.
Okay.
So I don't want him to know.
Well, you can tell us, and then we'll figure out a way to tell him where it doesn't hurt his feelings.
Yeah, and relay the message gently.
Okay.
Okay, so we had a good time. He was very nice, and when the date finished, he called me back, and he just, said thank you, and that was actually really nice. I really appreciated that. So we talked on his way home, and then he got home and proceeded to get off the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if, obviously, I highly doubt he knows he did this, and I am in the wrong for this a little bit too, but he didn't hang up.
Uh-huh.
And
so you stayed on. Anytime anybody does that to me, by the way, I stay on the phone the whole time too, just to listen for a little bit, just to see what they're doing.
You guys are such voyeurs.
I want to catch somebody being like pervy or something,
It wasn't pervy. I wasn't being the perv. I just, I was just kind of curious, I guess.
For sure.
What did you hear?
Well, at first, I just heard rustling, and I was like, oh, okay, he's home. And then I heard a guy's voice. And I was like, ooh, he's going to have a conversation. That's when I was like, I'm definitely listening. He said to the guy, I just went on a date. I'm going to marry that girl.
Oh, that's really cute.
Or really creepy.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
because it's
It goes one of two ways. Like
awful.
Brooke is practically ready to slide off her seat right now, and Jose's like, "Whoa, that's creepy."
It freaked me out. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so that's why I've been avoiding him, because I don't think that you can tell if you're going to marry somebody after one date.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
you
just
can't,
feel
but
feel like
other
it
people
was
could.
you feel like it was too much.
Too soon.
Yeah, way too much. And granted, yeah, like I had a great time with him. It was fun. But when, like the first thing that he says when he gets home is, I'm going to marry that girl. It's like, what?
But the thing is, you couldn't see his face. You don't know.
Brooke's trying so hard for like
you.
a storybook love tale thing
Dude,
right now.
seriously, I think some people can tell after the first date, and I think you're you could have found like the coolest guy you'll ever meet.
Or you could have found a stage 5 clinger. It all depends how you interpret it. This is how she's interpreting it. That's how it made her feel.
Should be mutual, right?
But
Yeah.
that's the risk of dating, right? They're always either clingers or romantics.
Yeah, and that's the vibe that she got from this dude, obviously, that he's a clinger right away.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly the vibes that I got. And, hey, that's fine for you maybe, but not for me. I want somebody to want to get to know me first.
Before you talk about marriage, all right. Well,
Exactly.
Madison, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll make sure to let Bruce know in the nicest way possible.
Okay, I hope that helps.
All right, and the only nice way I can think of is to let you know that he's on the other line and just heard that.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
It's kind of
Bruce, say hi to Madison.
Hi, Madison. Madison, I can't believe you actually heard that.
Yeah.
I'm at a complete loss for words.
Do you remember saying that to whoever you were talking? Who were you talking to, by the way, Bruce?
Yeah, I was talking to my roommate.
Okay.
I walked in, and my roommate, kind of was sarcastic, being like, "Yo, dude, how'd the date go?" So I thought of the first thing that was on top of my head. You know, it's just like, I
man.
think I love her, man. I want to marry her, you know, or something like that.
Crap. That's cool to say to your roommate, but you definitely don't want the person that you just went on a date with, a first date, to hear that.
Madison, I really wish you would have let me know that you heard that, you know, and we could have cleared some things up, you know, but...
So what, like, are you taking it back? do you not mean it anymore? Or what do you mean by that?
So kind of what I meant was, where I was at with my excitement was, yeah, I could definitely see, you know, things going, you know, forward if that's, you know, kind of how things were with us all the time, you know, the more and more we started being together, you know, and, you know, I don't know, you know, it might turn into love, you know.
This is such an awkward thing to try to explain.
Madison, I mean, can't you give this guy a chance? I mean, I know that it's a lot of pressure, but haven't you ever just felt overwhelmed and maybe you exaggerated your feelings a little?
Yeah.
Sure, but I don't know. It's like hearing something that you're not supposed to. It's hard to come back from that because now it's on such a grounds of embarrassment.
Why don't we turn it into a joke?
Why don't we just forget it ever happened and turn it into a joke?
I mean, if it has to always be remembered, I mean, we did have a good time. You know, we had an amazing time. It's actually one of the best dates that I've been on in years.
Bruce, I think you need to downplay it a little more. Don't call the date amazing. Don't call it awesome. Just be like, it was cool or whatever, Madison. I mean, I didn't really care too much. That sounds like what Madison is into.
Yeah.
Oh, Madison, stop being so scared of love. Yeah. Come on, Madison.
Oh, I'm not scared. I just, you know, want to make smart decisions and not, you know.
That's good.
But he could have said, like, horrible things about you. He could talk about, like, your boobs or your butt or how he wanted to bang you.
That happened after Madison hung up. I guarantee it.
Like, you actually found a sweet, caring man that really wants to find love someday. He's not saying it's necessarily with you right now.
No, I think he did say that.
Well, I'm just trying to help him out.
I don't know. It's just, that's like a lot of pressure. I mean, I'm still pretty young, so
all right.
That's, you know, it's always going to be like in the back of my head. Like,
well, sweet. Then we should send you guys out again. Madison, would you like to go on a second date with Bruce? I'll pay for it.
Oh, my God.
Come on, Madison. Give him one more shot.
Madison, I really wish it didn't happen, but it did. You know, I mean, I'm definitely in it for take it date by date. I don't have a problem with that. I just got really excited about you as a person.
Oh.
So, Madison, will you go out one more time with me?
Hey, Madison, if you wouldn't have been such a snoop and listened in on his conversation, would you go out with him if you didn't hear what he said?
That's a good question.
I mean, yeah, I would have.
Okay.
I absolutely would have.
So it's your own fault.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, now.
So you should go out with him again.
Come on.
I mean, I feel so guilty about all of this. I mean, I guess I kind of owe it to you.
There you go.
You're saying yes?
Congratulations, Bruce.
Yeah.
You got yourself a pity date.
I'm sorry, Bruce.
You know, I'll take it. I'll take it. Thanks. Yeah.
I'm excited to go out with you, Bruce. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I guess it's whatever.
Yeah. See, that's how you have to play
Oh,
it.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, I might be busy that night, but we'll see.
Thanks, Jubal.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
H.com. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
There are lots of different ways that people deal with being nervous before a date. Sometimes maybe they'll just take a few deep breaths and try to calm themselves. Sometimes they'll take a big drink of urine.
What?
Sometimes they'll take a big drink of somebody else's urine. It's really all about drinking urine if you want to calm your nerves before a big date.
Are you
But
being...
apparently Craig, who's on the phone right now for a second date update, didn't drink any urine before his date.
Oh, thank God.
But he does think that his nerves got the best of him, and that's why he's not getting a call back. What's up, Craig?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, you sound like a real nervous guy, Craig.
Yeah, you sound like a pee drinker to me.
I'm being sarcastic.
we're kidding.
Yeah.
No, I didn't drink any pee this time, I promise.
Yeah. Maybe that's the issue. And you
think
just
she
learned
wanted
something. You got to drink some pee before you go on a date, and it'll help you out. Before we get into why you think your date went wrong, tell us about who you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name is Maya.
Maya. All right. And where did you meet Maya?
On a dating site.
Okay.
Why were you so nervous to meet her in person?
I was really nervous because she was really hot.
Okay, well, that's simple.
I mean, you meet somebody online, that's pretty much all you have to go on, is like what they say their interests are, and then are they hot or not. So,
Yeah, I just want to add that I really think she was out of my league, too.
okay.
Oh, that hot.
I kind of guessed that when you said you were super nervous. Usually, if you're also on the same level, you're not going to be that scared.
Right. So, obviously being surprised she actually went on the date with me, we ended up going to a restaurant, and, well, I actually ended up going half an hour early.
Why so early?
Nerves.
I can hear your nerves while you're speaking right now. You went there early because you didn't want to be late?
Yeah, I just wanted to set up, kind of shop, and kind of make the nerves go away, but that didn't really happen. I ended up ordering a bottle of champagne.
Oh, gosh.
Thinking it would be, like, cute that I'm celebrating our date.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Did you drink it all to yourself in that half an hour that you had?
My plan was to split the bottle with her, but while I was waiting, I kind of had one glass, and then I had another one, and then by the time she came, I had half the bottle.
Okay. So that's what you meant by your nerves. You were trying to calm them with alcohol.
Yeah, and it did calm them because I was feeling kind of good.
Yeah, I bet. I bet you were nice and calm after a half bottle of champagne.
Yeah, so I obviously asked her if she wanted any champagne, and then she said she doesn't drink champagne.
Oh, so then you had to finish the whole bottle because you don't want to waste any money.
Yeah.
I did that, and she ordered her wine, and I did drink the rest of it.
So wait, did she have one glass and you had one bottle?
I think she might have had maybe a second cup, but I don't think she ever finished it.
And it's good when you don't know for sure, when you were sober enough where you can't remember details. Did she know that you were drunk?
I don't know. I think because I was laughing a lot, I do remember that. But I do remember one weird thing, which was asking her to go grocery shopping with me.
What?
Like after your date?
Like for you or with you?
Not for like money or anything. I just wanted her take on the food because it looked like she ate really healthy.
Okay, yeah, I'm picturing you now, drunk, just being like, wow, you look like you eat healthy.
So
you think
pretty.
we can go to the grocery store after this and maybe you can pick out stuff with me?
Make me pretty.
Make me pretty.
Yeah, it seemed like a cluster, you know. Just like kind of, the date didn't go well.
Okay. So how did it end?
It ended where she ordered an Uber, and I was out there with her trying to be the gentleman. And the thing is, after having so much alcohol and water and stuff, I ended up having to go to the bathroom, and I'm pretty sure like they were already kind of closed, and I ended up peeing on the side of the building.
Okay.
Oh, classic.
All right. Then the Uber comes. There's my date. All right.
Yeah. No hug. She just left.
Okay.
You blew it.
Yeah, you definitely did blow it with
You
her.
got too
Yeah.
drunk.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
I don't think any of that would have really happened if I didn't drink half the bottle, or the whole bottle by the end of the night, but I just really wanted to impress her. And I'm calling you guys because I just want like another date with her, and I just don't want to order the bottle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people have said that.
Have you heard from her at all? Have you had a chance to apologize?
I kind of sent like not a weird text where I kind of said, you know, I had fun and I'm sorry if I got a little tipsy and I just would love to see you again. And then she just never replied to that.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and explain that you were hammered and you want a second date, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it right after this. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Craig?
Yes.
Hey, just making sure while you were waiting to do the second part of today's second date update, you didn't drink any champagne, did you?
I didn't. I thought about it.
Yeah, you might want a bottle or two before we get started. It seemed to help you last time. If you're just joining us, Craig is on the phone and he wants to call a girl named Maya. They met online and ended up going out to dinner for a date, but he got a little nervous, arrived at the restaurant early, and ended up drinking a half a bottle of champagne before she even got there. And then she showed up and he found out she doesn't drink champagne, so he drank the rest of the bottle and probably some more liquor then too. And he doesn't remember most of the night. He does remember that she left in an Uber after he peed on the wall outside, and that she's not returning any of his phone calls.
I know. I would just say when you tell her how nervous you were, just make sure you throw in a lot of compliments because this is going to be a hard one to come back from.
Oh, okay. I'll try.
All right. And if you need a drink to help you do it, go ahead and grab one. It'll be a minute.
No, stay
All right.
sober.
I'm dialing her phone number right now. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Hello?
I got to speak to Maya, please.
This is she?
Hey, Maya, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
You said you're who again?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hello?
We got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Oh. Okay. What did they say?
Well, they said that you're pretty cool.
Okay.
That was it.
That's it. That's all they said. And so I just want to tell you you're cool, Maya, and then we'll talk to you later. Have a good day, okay?
Oh, that's weird.
Maya, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what went wrong. And recently we got an email about you from a dude named Craig.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you remember Craig.
Yeah, and so Craig told us about your date.
Did he?
Yeah, he said that you left and didn't seem like you wanted to see him again. And he also tried to reach out to you, and you haven't gotten back to him. So he's pretty sure he screwed it up
Yeah.
and would like a second chance.
Well, definitely right about screwing it up. I mean,
Oh.
that date was a freaking show.
Yeah, he told us how he got drunk. Like he said he was nervous and drank pretty much a whole bottle of champagne before you even showed up, and then just got drunker and drunker as the night went on.
Yeah. Have you ever hung out with somebody who had a bottle of champagne in like an hour?
I have.
Ooh.
They're usually not very fun unless you're on the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty horrifying, I have to say.
Honestly, I'm impressed that you even stuck around. Like at that point, I would have felt like you're wasting my time. I'm leaving.
Well, the thing was, like, he was so nice and cute, and we even talked on the phone before we met. He just sounded like a sweet, down-to-earth guy, and so I was pretty shocked, actually, when I showed up, and he was, like, lit already. I'm like, what? Did you, like, go out with somebody before I got here? But then I realized he had a bottle of champagne at the table, and half of it was gone already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he admits that he screwed up. He knows that he got a little too drunk, and that's why he wanted us to call you to see if that's the reason you're not getting back to him.
I mean, that's, like, a big part of it, but he is a total mess. I'm just, like, not interested in getting involved in all that drama he's got going on right now.
What kind of drama?
Oh, so I guess he didn't tell you the whole story.
I don't think he knows the whole story. I think that's the problem.
He wasn't
got
even
too drunk.
sure-
He pretty much just told us that he could remember bits and pieces, and then he remembers you getting in an Uber after he peed on a wall and leaving.
Oh, yeah, that part was great. So I would say 15 or 20 minutes into the date, I'm even embarrassed that I stayed a whole hour, but very shortly after I got there, someone called him, and he took the call while I'm sitting there at the table. He didn't even leave and go outside. He just stayed at the table and talked to the person. And I was like, okay, well, I guess he's just trying to, like, not be sketchy. Like, it's not some girl calling him. Except it was.
What?
He started arguing with somebody on the phone. He was yelling at them to, like, calm down. And then he hung up and slammed down the phone. And I was, like, already shocked. I thought it was so rude.
What could you tell what they were arguing about?
I couldn't get the whole story. So I was just like, is everything okay? And he was just like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, it's just really stressful right now. I'm getting married in 3 weeks.
What?
Oh my God.
Wait, hold up. Getting married?
Yeah.
That will throw a wrench into things if you're on a date and you're getting married in 3 weeks.
Are you?
That can't be right.
Did he explain himself?
He's like, oh, no, it's not what you think. He's all drunk and slurring. And he's like, it's not a real fiance. And I'm like, is it like a blow-up doll? Like, what?
Yeah. Did you just get in an argument with a blow-up doll? That's a good question.
And he was like, no, it's this. My friend is trying to live in the U.S. and trying to get her a visa.
Oh,
okay.
So he's marrying to try to get someone to be able to stay here.
But still, that's a little
Yeah.
bit baggage.
That's
Well,
a lot to deal with if you're going out on a date with someone and they're getting married for any reason. It's kind of weird.
Did you believe him?
Yeah, I think he was too drunk to lie at that point.
Okay. Okay. It is weird that they're like fighting with each other. Even if that was the case, there's some emotions involved if you're yelling at the person and slamming the phone down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know like all the details, and it was kind of hard to understand what he was saying. So it was just like a lot of emotions. And then he's like, yeah, we live together, but like, don't worry, it's just for financial reasons. And
Okay.
I was like, okay, that's not convenient for dating.
Not at all. Yeah.
And I don't know if I even still believe him. You don't think that he's in a romantic relationship with this person at all?
Well, apparently she paid him like $10,000, so it does sound financial.
You got all the details on
Okay.
it.
Wow.
Not a bad way to make
Yeah.
10 grand.
He has no filter apparently when he's drunk.
Give him a couple
I
drinks.
wonder if he remembers even telling you, because like he didn't bring it up to us. He said the only awkward thing he could remember was asking you to go grocery shopping with him.
Oh my God, yeah. I said that I love grocery stores. I could spend hours in them, and he was like, will you come with me to the store?
My wife never shops with me. Maybe you
My
will.
wife.
Maya, I'm interested to know if he remembers, and I want to ask him about it, because Craig's on the other line listening right now and wants to talk to you.
Hey, Maya.
What?
You weren't replying to me, so I just kind of thought.
Yeah,
this
she
would
knows
be-
all that, Craig. I think the biggest issue is, are you married?
I'm not. I mean, I just want to say first of all that the only reason all of that happened was because I was nervous and I thought you were really pretty, and that's why we're having this conversation. I promise you that if I never drank, we would be having a completely different conversation right now probably about how exclusive we're about to be.
Oh,
Craig,
wow.
I don't care about the drinking. Let's remember you are getting married in 3 weeks. That's the ultimate deal breaker.
That's
End of story.
the wife thing that I'm telling you. It's just a good financial move on my part. I don't even remember that I had that call. I don't even understand how long that call. How did you even know all of this?
I know it because you drunkenly admitted everything while we were sitting there at the dinner table.
Well, I'd say don't worry about it. It's not as big a deal as you think it is.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
you're
And things
getting married. That means that you and I, if this went somewhere, would not be able to get married.
No, but you see, Gabriella doesn't really care about that. She doesn't care who I see.
Okay, Craig, well, guess what? Maya cares.
Craig, I mean, how could you not have known that this was the reason you weren't getting a call back?
But it's not a real marriage. It doesn't really count. You should just pretend like it's not happening.
Yeah, just pretend like he doesn't have a wife who paid him to marry her.
Craig,
Oh,
you
I
know what
don't-
else is not happening? Me and you.
Oh.
Come on, Maya, are you sure about that? Because Craig would love to go on a second date with you.
Never been sure about anything in my life.
What about
I won't drink anything, I promise. It'll be totally different, like I said.
I don't think the drinking is the issue,
No,
though,
it's
Craig. I
not.
don't think you're getting it.
I don't understand. What? It's still about the marriage thing?
Yes!
I don't want to date a married man.
Maya, I think you're focusing on the wrong things. Like, look at the lengths I'm going to make another woman happy. Doesn't that show you that I'm just like the perfect man?
She's paying you.
I mean, what do I have to do to show you that I'm a good guy? Do you want to call Gabrielle? Do you want to meet her? Maybe we go out together and we meet.
Oh my
Well, there you
God.
go. Go out on a date with all of them, Maya. That way you can see that it's an arranged marriage and they don't actually love each other, and then you and Craig can live happily ever after, yeah? No?
Yeah, this is getting better and better.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, that guy's probably going to go to jail, so it's good that she didn't get a second date because he's probably not going to be able to date while in prison. Talking about today's second date update, if you missed it, this dude Craig wanted to call a girl named Maya. He actually drank half a bottle of champagne before his date even started and doesn't remember most of the night. When we called her, she said yes, he was very, very drunk. And he even took out his phone in the middle of dinner and argued with somebody on the other line. Finally, he admitted that he was stressed right now because he's getting married in a couple weeks.
Yep.
which is a big thing to drop while you're on a date.
Weird, yeah.
He tried to explain. He said he's doing it to help a girl get her visa, and they're paying him $10,000 to do it. So It's not a real marriage. She should go out with him again. Shockingly, she decided that she didn't want to date a married guy and turned him down. No second date there.
I love the text that says, so what I got was that peeing on the side of the building, okay, as long as you're not engaged. Right? Is that the lesson?
I think so.
Yeah.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy that sent in an email for today's second date update said in it, "Help. I want to get a second date, and I also need to convince her that I'm not a murderer."
Oh my God.
Sounds like
I think maybe we can do that. His name is Riley. He's on the phone right now. Riley, before we do your second date update and convince her of that, first you're going to have to convince us that you're not a murderer.
I promise you I'm not a murderer.
Okay, well, why would the girl that you want to call today think that you might be some sort of psycho killer?
One thing after another happened. It kept going wrong, and I didn't even end up going on the date.
Oh, so you got arrested by the police and then questioned in authority, and somehow were able to talk your way out of it and actually be on the phone with us now.
No, that didn't get that far at all. I just creeped her out, and it was just an unfortunate series of events.
What do you mean you creeped her out? How'd you creep her out?
Well, here's what happened. I had went over to the mall, and while I was shopping over there, I had this girl helping me out. We were flirting a little bit. She was really nice. Felt like we had a bit of a connection, and I said, hey, maybe we can hang out sometime.
Mm-hmm.
So by the end of the week, I called her up. I said, do you want to go to this little sports bar I like? It's just a casual little place. And I said, do you want to meet me there? She told me she didn't drive. So I offered to pick her up.
Okay.
That's nice.
This all sounds very uncreepy so far.
Yeah.
Well, so I went to pick her up, and she lives kind of a little farther out of the way. So she comes out, and she is looking really good, way even better than she did when I saw her at the mall. So,
Nice.
They often look better when they take off their Sparrow outfits. We've been on so many dates with those girls. They really do. They clean up nicely.
Hey, what's her name? You never gave us her name.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Ellie.
Ellie. Okay.
Okay.
Ellie gets in your car, and that's when she felt like she was going to be murdered? Or
No. So I really didn't know the area too well where she lives, so I start making my way down to the restaurant, and I know I got to get on this one highway, so I'm looking for it. I'm making turns, and I'm really not seeing anything familiar, and I keep making more turns, and
Why aren't you just asking her for directions if this is where she's from?
well, it's kind of like a guy thing. Like, men don't really ask for directions.
Yeah, he's
not
right.
me, man. I use my GPS. I pull over even if my GPS is working to ask people. I'll ask
I got the
anybody.
GPS on my phone, but I had some, cool music playing, and I didn't want to shut it off. So, I'm trying to make this all go cool, and, I want to show I got my stuff together, I know where I'm going.
Yeah,
I know what I'm doing.
Every woman loves a man who's good with directions.
Well, see, that's the thing. I didn't know if she knew I was lost or not because she just started making conversation and talking about stuff, so it was just all going kind of well.
Okay.
So I'm keep going, and still I don't see anything I recognize at all. And I think she kind of started to ask me some questions like, do you know where you're going? And I was like, yeah, we're good. And she asked me where we were going again. I told her the name of the place, and she started to kind of tensed up a little bit, and I was like, you all right? And she's like, yeah, I'm good. And make another turn, and still, she was getting more nervous and more nervous as I made more turns and kept going farther, and I'm looking around, she starts asking me, oh, you're not going to, kidnap me, right? And I'm like, oh, what? No, I'm not going to kidnap you.
You're like, we don't know each other well enough yet. And you...
No, I'm like, come on. So, she's just getting scared, and I'm starting to make me nervous, too, so I'm having even more trouble driving and trying to figure out where I am, and then I'm starting to get anxiety from that, and then it's starting to get dark, and then she's getting even more scared,
Because she's in the car with some guy who sounds like he's sweating with his knuckles clenched on the steering wheel and leading her into the woods.
Okay, at that point, why didn't you go, you know what? I'm going to stop the cool music that I'm playing and use the GPS on my phone.
Because I knew eventually I was going to find the highway. I knew just within minutes that I would find it.
Yeah. But did you?
Well, no. And then she kept getting more upset. And I kept telling her, okay, give me another minute. I'll find it. No, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute here. And then eventually she just said, pull over the car. And I said, are you kidding? Like, really? She's like, yeah, pull over. And I pulled over. And she got out. And she's like, oh, I'm going to call my friend. And I'm like, you're in the middle of nowhere. Like, I'm not even sure I know where I am right now. Do you even know where you are? And then she says to me, oh, at least I won't get killed by you.
Oh, no.
All right, there it is. So she thought you were taking her somewhere to murder her.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I was taking her to get a burger at a sports bar.
I don't know.
You know what? Sometimes that feels like murder to me after I ate some of those burgers at sports bars.
Wait, so did you just drive off and leave her on the side of the road?
Well, she said she's going to call her friends. So I said, well, I'll wait with you. I just want you to be safe. And she says, no, I don't want you anywhere near me. Oh. So I just waited on the other side of the road for her.
Oh, my God. You freaked her out.
That sounds creepier than just leaving her. Like, so you went across the street and just stared at her the whole time.
Well, I just didn't want anything to happen to her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, do you feel like an idiot? Why didn't you just say, I am so sorry, I got lost, I didn't want to admit it to you?
Looking back, yeah, that is absolutely what I should have done. But and the funny thing is I ended up finding the highway a few minutes after that.
Of course. That's the way it always works. All right. And have you tried to call her since, or have you just kind of left her alone because she thinks you're a murderer?
I've tried to call her, but she doesn't answer any of my calls. And then, actually, I called her a few days ago, and she told me, oh, please leave me alone.
Oh, no.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to call her
now
again.
we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Riley is on the phone with us.
Oh, my gosh.
And Riley has a thirst that can't be quenched.
You're really helping us.
That's right. And that thirst is a girl named Ellie.
Stop hitting the scream button.
A girl that Riley took out on a date and hasn't been heard from since. Riley, are you ready to do your second date update?
Yes. Oh, no.
If you're just tuning in and you don't know why I'm introing the second date update like that, it's because Riley went out on a date with a girl named Ellie, and he creeped her out so bad that she demanded he pull over the car, and she got out of the car and called a friend to come pick her up. And it happened that way because Riley didn't want to ask for directions or use his GPS. They wound up driving around forever and then drove like off into these secluded streets, and she started getting scared and saying that she was nervous that Riley might be a murderer. So she asked him to pull over, got out of the car, and that's the last that he's heard from her.
Riley, why do you think you can come back from this? I feel like a little creepy you can come back from, a little aggressive maybe. Yeah. But fearing your life is something that I could never say, oh, maybe I'll give him a second chance.
I should have just let my pride down a little bit and used my GPS, or at least ask for directions or ask her or something.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't be labeled as a murderer. And now, unfortunately, Riley, you have to live with that forever.
I just really, really want a chance to apologize and explain myself and hopefully ask for a second date.
All right, well, I'll dial her phone number, see if we can make that happen right now, okay?
All right.
Oops, sorry. I'm not even hitting a button. It just happens every time you talk, Riley.
Would you mind when you talk to her, please don't hit the scream sound effect?
I can't really make that promise, Riley, but I'll try, okay?
It's a lot to ask.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Ellie.
This is she.
Hey, Ellie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Good. What's this about?
Well, I'm calling you because we actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
What kind of email?
It was an email about a date that you went on recently.
What?
Yeah. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So you recently went out with a guy named Riley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like,
And I guarantee you remember this date because Riley told us about it, and he said that you accused him of being a murderer.
Yeah, I did.
Unless that happens on a lot of your dates, does it? Or was it just this one time?
Oh, no. This is unique.
I don't blame you. After we talked to him, I'm like, I would have felt the exact same way you did.
So you talked to him?
Yeah, we did. We talked to him about your date. He told us how you guys met at the mall, planned a date, and after he picked you up, you guys drove around for a little while, and then you accused him of being a murderer and asked to get out of the car and then called your friend to pick you up.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So that's
What was going through your mind?
You know, I'm in this guy's car, and we're driving around, and lots of strange back roads, and he was going and going and going, and I didn't know what he was doing. I mean, I would ask him questions about if he knew where he was going, if he was lost, and he just sort of kind of, in a very creepy way, mumbled answers to me. I don't know. It was very strange.
Whoa.
And so that's when I decided I needed to get out of this car. And I told him to pull over right away.
Yeah. He told us all that. He did also tell us that the reason he was driving around like that was because he was lost. And he didn't want to ask for directions or use his GPS because he wanted to prove to you that a man knows where he's going.
Really?
It doesn't sound like you believe that.
I don't know. I mean, who in this day and age doesn't use GPS?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said. But he
First
said
thing, Jubal
he
said.
told us he was playing some cool music on his phone and didn't want to interrupt it with his GPS.
Well, he was playing cool music, but like you would think, like that's a little creepy to sort of kind of keep driving and not answer me. Like, are you lost?
Outside of you thinking he was a murderer and driving around forever, like, did you have any good conversation in between your life flashing before your eyes?
When I met him at the mall, you know, he seemed very cool and charming and everything. And then
Yeah, they always are.
Yeah, right?
They always are.
Yeah, but you know, then he picks me up, and it was like totally different. You know, it was just sort of kind of creepy, and I don't know, it's a totally different creature. I don't know.
So would it have been different if he'd have said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm really lost right now. I do not intend on murdering you"?
In all honesty, it might have been a little bit my fault too. You know, I overreacted.
Okay. You think that you overreacted? I don't know if you're overreacting. I mean,
So I've been binge watching on Netflix lately.
Binge watching
watching.
Netflix.
what does that have to do with you thinking that he's a murderer?
Well, there's a show called Forensic Files that I've been addicted to.
Oh, I love that show.
Oh,
great-
yeah.
Okay, but you know what? After watching Forensic Files, you think everybody's out to kill you.
Well, like I think it just really got in my head, but I don't know.
I do not watch anything like that. Ever since I was a single girl living by myself, I can't watch CSI shows. I can't watch any of them.
So yeah, I think that's probably why it was sort of my fault. I've been watching the show even up until like he picked me up for the date.
Oh. Yeah. That should be a lesson. Don't watch Forensic Files right before some dude picks you up for a date.
Oh man, of course you were scared.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that show, but I'm guessing it's all about murdering people.
Yes.
Yes.
And how they
And-
find bodies and stuff.
Yeah, and
it
there's
is.
probably a lot of gruesome reenactments.
Okay, you guys need to stop talking about it because now it's getting back in my head again.
So, sort of a miscommunication then. He didn't tell you that he was lost, and you automatically thought that he might be a murderer.
Yeah, that's basically it.
You know who would be really interested to hear this? Riley, because he's actually on the other line listening right now.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Riley, you there?
I'm here.
Oh man.
Wow, I didn't realize you were on the line. That makes me seem even creepier now, doesn't it?
That is a good point, Riley.
Listen, Ellie, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to come off that way to you. I just was so nervous. The whole thing was just so ridiculous. It kept getting worse and worse and worse, and now I just feel like a total idiot. I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm sorry too. I know I overreacted. I just, you gotta understand it was creepy. Like, I'm asking you if you're lost and stuff, and you just sort of kind of grumbled like a serial killer. So I didn't know what to think.
I realize this now, and listen, if I made you feel uncomfortable, I'm really, really, really sorry. I feel really bad, and I'm sorry to be a creep at the end when I dropped you off. I just really didn't want to leave you alone. I didn't want you to get hurt. I just wanted you to be safe. I just feel terrible.
Well, that's sweet, Riley. Now that I understand, I don't know. At the time, I just totally thought you were waiting across the street to, kill me and maybe my friends too.
I don't know.
No, I would never. I didn't want to leave you alone because then if something happened to you, it would have been my fault anyway, and that would have been even worse for me.
Oh. Hey, Riley.
Trust me, killing you and your friend was the furthest thing from my mind that night.
Oh my God.
Really weird way to put it, Riley.
Yeah.
But Ellie, does that comfort you to know that was the last thing Riley was thinking about?
I guess so.
Oh my God.
Ellie, would you like to go on a second date with Riley? He actually sounds like a good dude.
Yeah.
We will pay for it.
Well, now that I know the whole story and the whole background on why he was acting the way he was and how I overreacted, now it makes sense, and of course I would. I mean, he's very sweet.
Yay!
Awesome.
Oh my gosh. You need to start watching like HGTV or something and stay away from your Netflix binge shows.
Try cartoons.
Okay.
Ellie, I actually like Forensic Files a lot. Maybe we can get together and watch it sometime.
No.
Nah, I don't. That sounded creepy, Riley. You're back to creepy again, man. I'm sorry.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I don't know why I was thinking about it just right, too. So he got lost. Then she got scared and thought he was going to murder her.
Mm-hmm.
So she jumped out of the car, demanded that he get lost.
Yeah.
And she called her friend to come pick her up, and he waited across the street and watched her the whole time. So she was even more creeped out.
Yeah, but they ended up going out.
Yeah.
That's
She thought she went from, hey, he's going to murder me to be like, yeah, cool, I'll go out again.
I've been out with some other guys, and you know what? I'll take a little bit of murder. That's
Yeah.
fine. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
Whenever a guy emails the show and tells us, I had this really funny and unique idea for a date, we have to be skeptical.
Well,
Yeah.
not so condescending, but
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, sure.
Because usually their
Yeah.
idea, definitely turns out to be unique, but not necessarily fun.
Or a good idea.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
like unique in a bad way.
Uh-huh.
Like, hey, let's go to the serial killer museum after dark. No one's there. What could go wrong?
I don't know.
Anyway, one of our listeners, Ryan, contacted us recently saying that he went on a fun and unique date,
Okay.
but we'll be the judge of that.
All right.
Okay.
You're walking into a room of skeptics, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan, I don't trust you. Welcome to the show.
Okay.
That's not what I meant.
Welcome, Ryan.
I'm
You
kidding.
guys are being rude.
I might trust you.
I might.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey.
All right, you've won me over. I trust you 100% now.
That was easy.
I'm an easy one.
Wow.
So,
Very
Ryan,
gullible.
tell us about the girl that you went out with. What's her name?
All right, well, her name is Olivia.
I don't trust you again.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of back and forth on this one, Ryan,
Hot
I
and
think.
cold.
Not.
Yeah.
On a roller coaster with you, Ryan.
Come on.
Hey, I want to know what made you want to do something fun and unique for Olivia, because that takes time and effort. So she
Yeah.
must be special in some way.
So we met on like an app, and I don't know if you guys are on any of the dating apps, but like every single person on those apps always says that they're like super into hiking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
It's obnoxious.
I don't believe any of them. I think they're all liars, and they just want to sound like athletic and outdoorsy.
Well, and
Yeah.
it's really hard for the real hikers out there because, like, we're all like, no, we actually like it. And no, everyone thinks we're lying.
Yeah, but everyone wants to seem interesting, and they don't want to put, I like to watch Netflix and eat mac and cheese all day. Like,
Well,
that's
that's what
not going to
I
win you
put.
over.
What would be wrong with that?
Well,
Thank you.
doesn't get you as many swipes.
It's not
but
like I live in the middle of the ocean, but I still love hiking. Like, it's just always hiking.
Her profile had something funny. She actually like called those people out, and she was like, "I don't like hiking.
that's pretty good.
I'm not like everybody else. Like, I actually don't like hiking." And I thought that was funny that she put that in there. So we chatted for a while, and we eventually decided to meet
for a hike.
Yeah, of course, Jeffrey.
No, I suggested that we go for a walk.
Why would you do that?
Well,
That is
Wait.
if she doesn't like hiking, then you go to a bar and you drink. A walk?
She said that she was like athletic, but she's not like obsessed with hiking like everybody else pretends to be on Tinder and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
she likes hiking just without the trees and nature, just normal walking.
Straight hiking.
Well, I thought it was a good idea.
I think it's a great idea, Ryan. I'm with you.
If someone doesn't like hiking, they're not going to like walking. Like,
I
that's
kind of
like,
agree, too.
like, they're literally the same things. But okay, you know.
They are not the same thing. We weren't wearing boots. We didn't have like
Yeah.
a picnic in our backpack. We weren't sweaty and like.
So when you said fun and unique date, this doesn't sound very unique.
Yeah, because you guys keep interrupting me and I can't finish a damn sentence.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Continue.
So what had happened was, to make the date like extra special and unique, I ordered a bag of googly eyes. Do you guys know what I mean by that? Like, and they have like, they're like stickers on them. You can peel the back off and you can just like stick them anywhere. So as we were walking, I just like busted those out and we just started kind of like putting them in random places.
Oh my God. I actually love that. You vandalized the city with googly eyes.
Oh, come on. It's not vandalized. They peel right off. It's not like...
It's not graffiti.
I'm here for it. I'm not saying that I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
I think that's really funny.
Yeah, you were actually right.
Yeah.
The fun and unique came through.
And she was laughing and like it was kind of like a cool icebreaker and I don't know, it was fun. Like it was nice to like show like my silly...
It is fun to imagine a stop sign with two googly eyes in the
Totally.
O.
Absolutely.
Like, okay,
Absolutely.
I'll stop.
All right, so how did everything go with the googly eyes and the hiking in the city?
Oh, that was great. And then we eventually found a taco truck and we just got some food.
Now we're
This
talking.
is actually a really cute date. What was the interaction between you two like?
It was great. I mean, I was making her laugh a lot, and for me, that's always a really good sign.
Uh-huh.
So I was feeling really good. And we were sitting on a staircase just eating our food. It was super chill, and like the sun was setting, and I just felt like it was the moment, you know, for the kiss.
Oh, yeah.
And so we kissed, and when I pulled back from the kiss, like she had her eyes closed, and she was smiling. So
Oh.
I thought you were going to say she had googly eyes on.
That's really cute.
That would have been amazing.
That
Oh
would have
my
been clutch,
God.
but that is cute.
Wait, so she's not calling you back?
she is not even responding to a single text.
Oh, wow.
This sounds like romantic, fun walking.
And you fed her tacos, and how is she not even texting you
Yeah,
back?
that's a very good point, Jose.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can you think of anything that you may have done wrong?
I can't think of anything that I did, but the one thing that's kind of like on my mind is that she did mention that she had some amazing job offer that she was kind of like waiting to hear about, and it's out of state. But she told me that she hadn't like quite made up her mind and she didn't know what was going to happen. Like it was kind of like up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering like maybe she just got the job and accepted it and just left. And
It's really weird that she wouldn't just tell you that.
Yeah.
Like it was already on the table.
well, it's still
Yeah.
one date. I wouldn't like whatever. You'll figure it out.
I guess maybe like the date could have meant a lot more to me than it did to her. But
Aw, I mean, yeah, though, probably.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out once and for all, okay? We're going to play a song, come back, we'll call Olivia and see if we can get you a second date update, okay, Ryan?
all right, cool. Thanks.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
Guys, you know what I've been thinking about in the break?
What?
I don't know if the listeners or if my co-hosts have thought about this, but I'm wondering if the girl's out-of-state job offer was all made up. Just so that she could have an easy excuse for not seeing him again.
Why would she go to such extremes?
Because it'd be a solid reason. It'd be something where she could, like, reject him and it's not her fault.
See, I didn't think of that at all, but now
Yes.
it's genius, Jeff. I
Until
agree.
she accidentally runs into him at the grocery store or something a couple weeks later.
Oh, I got
like,
fired.
Well-
Sorry.
Exactly. So here's what I need to know from you, Ryan. Did she say the job offer thing before or after the kiss?
Oh my God, you guys are blowing my mind right now.
Well, answer it.
We talked about the job offer after we kissed.
Oh, so it's fake.
No, it's not fake.
Jeff's
it could just mean
right.
that she realized that she had a real connection with you during the kiss, and then she's like, oh my God, I have to tell him.
Oh, like wanted to warn him.
Yeah. This may not work out.
I still think Jeff's right.
Yeah,
She's conniving.
You guys really think that she would make something up like that?
Oh, we've heard it all, Ryan. Seriously.
It's not beyond the realm of possibility,
Yeah.
but I am still hopeful and positive that that is not the case.
All right, well, that kind of throws a wrench in things for me, but...
Yeah, totally. Brooke's hope is usually the dagger to any romantic encounter, so not looking good.
You just got the kiss of death, bro. Sorry.
God, I can't even argue that.
I really hope you guys are wrong. That's all I'm
Oh,
gonna say.
man.
Me too, man.
Ryan took Olivia out on a date where they walked around the city. They put googly eyes on inanimate objects together, like fire hydrants and cop cars, and had a kiss while watching the sunset.
Oh my God, and she had her eyes closed and she was smiling when they were done with
that's
the kiss.
adorable.
But now she's not responding, and we're wondering, did she really take a job in another state, or was that maybe just an excuse to get out of seeing him again? So let's get to the bottom of this. We're going to dial the phone number right now and call Olivia and find out if she really took a job in another state.
Ooh, is the number out of state number?
No one changes their number anymore. Just call.
That's right.
All right, Ryan, you ready to do this?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Olivia, please?
This is Olivia.
Hi, Olivia. My name's Young Jeffrey. I work on the radio. Do you have a second to talk?
Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Olivia.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
So answer.
Okay, you're supposed to explain,
is this-
Jeffrey.
okay.
Yeah, that's your point.
This
where
is
you
now.
tell her.
Sorry, I got confused.
I know.
So,
himself.
Olivia, the reason I'm calling you is because we're doing something you may or may not have heard of before. It's called a second date update. If you don't know what that is, it's where if you go out with someone and afterwards you're getting blown off, you can email us and we'll call that person for you and try and figure out the reason why.
Okay.
All right, make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So the person that asked us to contact you, his name is Ryan.
Okay.
You remember going out with a guy named Ryan recently?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I cannot judge how you're feeling right now about this, Olivia. Those are short
You don't
answers.
sound nervous. You don't sound upset.
What?
No, I just thought you'd have some emotion, like, oh, Ryan, or, oh, Ryan. You're just like, okay, Ryan.
Yeah, you're hard to read over the phone.
Yeah,
I don't know what you expect. I'm just answering your question.
fair.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
fair.
Totally.
Well, Olivia, there's been a question that's been on our mind because Ryan told us all about your guys' date and about walking around the city, doing the googly eyes, having a kiss at sunset.
Oh my God, which sounded so
I
cute.
know, and tacos.
It all sounded pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good time.
All right.
Okay.
So Ryan mentioned that this came up during your conversation, that you talked about possibly having a job offer from out of state. And, you know, we've done a lot of these phone calls, so we're a little bit jaded and we're wondering, is it real? Is the job offer a real thing?
Yeah.
Because we thought for a second that maybe it was just an excuse.
The job offer that I talked with him about is real.
The out-of-state job offer is a real thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm considering leaving to take it.
Okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
is that why you're not calling him back? You just don't want to get romantically involved with someone if you're not going to be here?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was on a date with Ryan, and everything was going good, and I guess at the end I was just disappointed
What were you disappointed in?
that he didn't fight for me.
He didn't fight for you?
Yeah.
In what way? I mean, he didn't bring up anything about where he would need to fight for you.
It was clear to me that he didn't care if I left.
What makes you say that?
He didn't chase after me and, say, I feel for you, I love you, I feel something for you.
Oh, hold on.
On a first date, you wanted him to run after you and say, I love you?
I want him to at least say, there's something between us, don't take this job.
Oh.
Don't go to the job.
But he didn't say that.
No.
I mean, I don't think that that's a shock, Olivia. I would say the majority of people would feel like after a first date, that would be someone completely overstepping their bounds.
Yeah, it's not his place.
Well, that's how I feel. I need a knight in shining armor to come and fight for me, to make me feel like they feel the same way I do.
especially if there's a connection right away, and that can happen.
But you didn't even give him a chance. You guys hung out once, and then you're not returning his calls or his texts. You just
Oh,
totally...
he wants us to go out again. I need him to say he wants something more if that's what he feels. Like, if he wants me to engage, I need to know there's more.
Wow. That's a lot to ask of one person after a first date.
Pretty heavy.
Well, it's a big job offer that I'm facing here, and I don't have enough time to figure all of this out, so I need to know what people feel right away, because I have to make this decision.
Well, maybe we should find out how Ryan really feels right now, because he's been on the other line listening this entire time and wants to talk to you.
Oh, my God.
Ryan?
Hi.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't mean for you to hear all that.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sense of this. So, how was I supposed to read your mind and just know that you wanted me to fight for you? I mean,
You were supposed to
You
make
made-
a move. Make a move. Show me some leap off the cliff. You know, if
Leap
you
of
feel that,
faith?
then
how am I supposed to leap off the cliff if you weren't even texting me back? I mean,
no. At the end of the date, you didn't do anything. You were just like, well, I guess I'll give you a call.
But you had already kissed. You'd already.
What did you want him to say? Like, no, how dare you quit your job?
You're coming home with
Yes.
me forever.
I wanted him to say, don't take the job. Stay here with me.
it was only one date. I mean, we barely knew each other. I mean,
Sometimes it happens right away.
So I think, wait, hold on. I think what she's saying, though, Ryan, is that, remember how you asked us, like, maybe they didn't feel the same. Maybe she didn't feel the same about me as I did her. She obviously either felt the same or a lot more about you. Like, this is, I mean, a good thing if you're not freaked out by it.
I mean, do you want her to stay?
of course I wondered. I mean, obviously I'm calling a radio station to try to figure out what the hell is going on. So, I mean, I definitely felt a connection on the date, but this is all really confusing for me.
Well, clearly Olivia is the type of girl that likes grand romantic gestures. That's her love language. So do you have some grand romantic? Do you have some cliff you can jump off of right now?
Put him on the spot.
Maybe you can climb a Ferris wheel, refuse to get off until she agrees to reject the job. Is this sounding good to you, Olivia?
Yes, I just need him to make it clear to me because I'm debating on this job and it needs to be more than just a date to me. Ryan?
Okay.
Is that yes, you're into it? I can't judge how you're feeling right now, Ryan.
I can't judge how you're feeling either. This is what I'm talking about. Men are so indecisive. I don't want an indecisive person anymore. I want them to decide.
Yeah, come on, Ryan, make a decision. You gonna marry her tonight or what?
Oh my God.
I really would love to see you again. That's all I can say right now. Like, I've been texting you and I've been calling these idiots on the radio because I really want to see you again. I mean, that's just me being 100% honest.
That's actually really romantic.
Yeah, Olivia.
Ryan, I'm being really honest with you. If we meet again, I'm going to want to make love.
Oh, what?
Wait.
I mean,
not even hook up? Like,
congratulations,
So,
Ryan.
all right, so that worked.
Oh my gosh, are you ready
Wow.
for passion, bro?
This is awkward. I mean, I'm here for it, though.
How is make love creepier than hook up? That was so bad. I'm sorry.
Don't be scared of love, Jose.
You know, hold on. Before the lovemaking
love.
begins, I need to ask Olivia. We'll offer to pay for you guys to meet up and make love, and we'll pay for it too.
What do we pay for a hotel?
We will, no.
Really? Well, I would like him to pay for it because that's what a man does.
Oh, okay. Now
If
we're
he's-
getting out of control.
Hold on, if he's serious though, you
I
Ryan?
mean, it's skirting a line. Ryan, you want to pay her to make love?
No, for a date. No,
for a date?
do not say that, dude.
I'm down for some lovemaking, yeah.
Yeah.
All
okay.
right.
No.
I
Ryan, I am really looking forward to making love to you.
Well, okay then.
Why am I laughing?
This is the best second date update ever.
This is uncomfortable.
Congratulations, Ryan. Grand romantic gesture achieved.
Jeez.
Wow. Thank you, I think.
You're welcome, we think?
It has to be romantic.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah, no pressure, Ryan.
Yeah.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.